So hello, thank you for taking the time to watch. So for today, I'd like to talk about this Kindle Paperwhite. So this Kindle has been my reading companion for quite a while. And I know this is not popular in the Philippines, but I'd like to talk about it so that you can learn more about it. So the Kindle is a great way to read without distractions. I know that reading on your phone and your tablet is quite popular because PDFs and mobile formats are becoming more common. But reading on your phone, reading on your tablet is distracting because knowing that you can just switch to any other app or you can get notifications can distract you from your reading. So you may be reading and then you get bored with a few pages, so you decide to check Facebook. And then before you know it, you forgot that you're reading and you're already on Facebook. So a Kindle is a dedicated device that's great for reading without distractions. And reading on the screen of a Kindle is just like reading on a piece of paper. If you've seen the screens of e-readers, they're very nice to look at. They're not like your LCD or OLED screens. They're made using e-ink, which almost looks like ink on paper. And it's really great for reading. And because the Kindle uses e-ink for display, it consumes very little power. So unlike your LCD displays that need to have light all the time, the e-ink display only consumes power when it changes. And because e-ink displays consume very little power, the battery on this thing will literally last you months. Okay? So unlike your tablet or your phone, which needs to be charged every day, this can go months without charging and you can still read. The only drawback I have with this model is it still uses micro USB. This was released in 2018, so you would expect that they'd have put USB-C on it, but we're still stuck with micro USB, which is not that big of a problem because I have so many micro USB cables lying around. And this model, the Paperwhite, actually has a backlight, so it's very pleasing to read at night, especially when you switch it to dark mode. If it's really dark and you still want to read, having dark mode on makes it easier on the eyes. Now, if you're going to be using a Kindle, that means you're going to be in the Amazon ecosystem. So most of your books are probably going to be from Amazon, which may be a good thing or a bad thing depending on where you get your books. So a nice thing about having your books from Amazon is that you can have them instantly. So you buy your books online, and since it's an ebook, you're going to have it with you within minutes because it's just a download. You don't have to wait for the book to be brought to your house. And the nice thing I've noticed when buying your books from Amazon is you can actually try a sample of the book. So if you're not yet sure if you'd enjoy the book, you can actually download the first, I think, 10% of the book so you can read it without having to pay yet. And once you've finished that sample, you're given the option to either buy it or just move on. And another feature that you can only find on Amazon ebooks, they call it XRay. It's basically a little wiki that shows you all of the characters, the places, and things in the book, so that if you're dealing with a story that has a lot of characters and a lot of events, places, it's basically a built-in reference guide within the book so that you can remember who these characters are, what were they doing, how are they described. It's something that I've come to appreciate when I read a lot of my sci-fi and fantasy epics. And if you're able to get a magnetic case for this, like this one, it's going to have an automatic sleep and wake function. So opening the case turns on the display, and closing the case puts the Kindle into sleep mode. And then the thing about e-readers is that they're meant to last you a long time. So it's not like phones where they release a new model every year. You can actually find an e-reader you like and then stick with it for many years. I've known people who've had Kindles from 8-10 years ago and they're still using them. Simply because it only does one thing and it does it well, which is to show text on a screen. So even though newer models of Kindles have come out, those people who are still happy with their Kindles felt no need to upgrade because their old Kindle does the same thing. It's still able to show text on a screen. So I know that I spent quite some money on this, but I foresee that I'm going to be using this for many more years. That's it. Thank you for watching.